Hi YouTube, what's up? My name is Joni and this is Branching Business. And today I'm walking on a forest road. And some time has passed since my first YouTube video, and I've been thinking that from now on I want to give you some actionable advice in every video, so that I'm not wasting your time. And the topic of today's video is turning pro, and I will give you a method of how you can turn pro right away, and that method works 100% of the time. So I'm an avid reader, and some time ago I stumbled upon the works of a writer called Steven Pressfield. And Steven Pressfield has written works such as The War of Art and Turning Pro, and Turning Pro is the book that I would like to talk about today. So in Turning Pro, Steven describes how he has always wanted to be a writer, and he has a passion for it, but there was always this resistance that he had, and there was a long time when he couldn't do anything. He couldn't write. So there came a time when he decided that he will start writing regularly, and he started writing, and he forced himself to do it. And I thought that overcoming that resistance was nothing too spectacular. It's something that we all need to do, but when Steven started to write more about his style of doing things, I became more excited, and for him turning pro it happens once you cross the barrier that's between being an amateur and being a pro. And when he decided that he wants to be a pro, that's when he actually became a pro and started doing pro things with his life. And yeah, but what I really liked about him was his grit. So he describes how after turning pro he wrote multiple manuscripts and different stuff, and he tried to receive attention, but his writings were poor, and he knew it himself. He knew that he wasn't a good writer, but he kept doing that anyways. And so here comes my method. So my method is pretty simple, and it's called readjusting your mental reference level. And what that means is that every time I hesitate, or every time I wonder if I can do something, I put an image in my mind that is meant to decrease the distance between me and a pro. So I can, for example, I can imagine that Steven has worked so much, and I have an image in my head of him writing on his desk and having like multiple scripts on his desk, and there's paper all around his place, and I think about all the hours that he put into his work and all the failures that he had to endure. So yes, that always helps me whenever I have a doubt in my mind about my own capabilities. So that's the method that I use. And yeah, so if you sometimes have these kinds of doubts in your mind, I suggest that you, whatever it is that you want to do or accomplish, try to imagine a professional in your mind who has had a tough career behind him, and think about all the work that it requires to really be good at what you're doing. So I always think that, all right, I need to do this thing that I'm trying to do at least 20 times or 100 times more before I can say that I'm good at it. So I think about that, and when I think about it, the distance, the mental distance between, for example, me and Steven Pressfield is a lot less than if I actually thought about him as a professional rider. I need to somehow reduce the gap between us before I can think that I might be able to do the same things that he can do. So yeah, that's my method, and you can actually use this method in different areas of life, in different fields. So it doesn't have to be anything really important. You can, whatever you start to do, you can put a mental image in your mind of someone who has done that thing at least 20 times or 100 times, or who has really put a lot of work, and once you do that, the gap between you and a professional diminishes, and you can start being a pro. That's all what it takes. So amateur is a person who has amateurish thinking. Being an amateur is a mindset, and being a pro is a mindset as well. So yeah, so why I wanted to talk about this today, the reason is that I've been using this kind of mentality for a while now, and it's giving me really good results. It's like Steven Pressfield says that after you start doing, you really don't need to think about it anymore. You don't need to think about it if you're good enough or not. You just do it, and you have all these difficulties ahead, and you have big difficulties every day, but it doesn't matter. You can just push through, and you can push through because you know in your heart that you're already being a pro. You're not an amateur anymore. Yeah, so that's my tip for today. And more about my channel. I've been thinking about my channel, and I would like to make like 2 different playlists, and one playlist would be about my ideas concerning life and business and risks and all that. So I feel like I can give you one at least one good tip per video and give you something in return for following and watching my videos. And the other playlist could be the projects that I do. So the other playlist could focus on my project. So if you're not interested in my projects that much, you can at least watch the philosophy. So you can follow my philosophy around doing these things. And in my life, doing and thinking and reflecting are all the same thing. So if you're not doing what you preach, then you are thinking wrong. You need to have all those pieces aligned. So what you do is what you think, and what you think is what you do. And yeah, so I intend to give you more those kinds of advice in my future videos. Thanks for watching, and bye for now. Bye bye.